This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
The views conveyed by the guests on this program do not necessarily represent the views of the host or owners of the Doggy Diva Show and do not necessarily constitute endorsement of products. Medical information shared by the guests on this program are those of the guests and are for informational purposes only. They should not replace the medical advice of your veterinarian.
Hi, this is Susan Marie from the Doggy Diva Show. In this episode, we celebrate Responsible Animal Guardianship Month and Dog Moms Day. That's what's on our show, so let's get started.
Come here, babies. It's time for a treat, the Doggy Diva Show. Here's national award-winning author and animal advocate, Susan Marie.
Hi, welcome to the Doggy Diva Show, the show for animal lovers. I'm your host, Susan Marie, and as always, I'm joined by my canine co-hosts, the Doggy Divas themselves. Thank you for joining us today as we bring you the experts in the pet and animal world right to you. Contact us at thedoggydiva.com. That's the DOGGYDIVA.com. We love hearing from you, so go grab a cup of coffee and your pet's favorite treat, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Take a bite out of your competition. Advertise your business with an ad in Pet Life Radio podcasts and radio shows. There is no other pet-related media that is as large and reaches more pet parents and pet lovers than Pet Life Radio. With over 7 million monthly listeners, Pet Life Radio podcasts are available on all major podcast platforms, and our live radio stream goes out to over 250 million subscribers on iHeartRadio, Odyssey, TuneIn, and other streaming apps. For more information on how you can advertise on the #1 pet podcast and radio network, visit PetLifeRadio.com/advertise today.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Doggy Diva Show. Responsible Animal Guardian Month is observed every May to promote a respectful, lifelong commitment to the well-being of our pets. May is a very special month, promoting the treatment of our beloved pets as our family. The shift referring from owner to guardian is a change in mindset. The term owner, it kind of implies property, whereas guardian signifies a lifelong responsibility for a living being, their well-being, and a lifetime commitment. Guardianship is not temporary. It's a vow to care for an animal for its entire life, regardless of age or health changes. And with us today to share some important aspects of Responsible Animal Guardianship Month is devoted and purposeful dog mom, Colleen Gray. Hey, Colleen.
Hello. It's wonderful to be here with you.
So happy to have you, and especially on such an important day. And you know what? We have this month of Animal Guardianship Month, which is so important. And then we celebrate Dog Moms Day this month.
Yes, we love Dog Moms Month, and I really love the concept of the Responsible Animal Guardian Month. You know, I think pet guardianship has evolved over the years and decades.
Absolutely.
And it's wonderful that, this is actually being recognized and promoted and celebrated.
I think that's awesome. Now, can you share some of the core pillars of responsible pet guardianship?
Sure, absolutely. And, a lot of these things we do in our day-to-day life, but sort of in an outline form, and doing a little bit of research about the Responsible Animal Guardian Month, there are some key pillars that are noted. The first is physical health. So we think about preventative care and the importance of regular annual vet visits, vaccinations, and parasite prevention. So an animal veterinary visit each year is a nose-to-tail wellness exam designed to detect early signs of illness and maintain long-term health. So during the visit, your veterinarian will typically perform several core assessments. The comprehensive physical exam, things like looking in their eyes, their ears, looking at their teeth, their skin, heart, lungs, their abdomen, and joints. They'll also kind of note their weight and body condition assessment, do a fecal parasite exam, heartworm testing, and a vaccination review to make sure that you're all up to date. Blood work like CBC, biochemistry, and thyroid, as well as urinalysis, are also crucial for early disease detection, especially in senior pets. I know at my vet, they actually have something called a senior panel that's a bit more comprehensive than a regular panel, because you do have to kind of pay attention to organ function and kind of early red flags for our senior pets, because they're more susceptible. Also, bring a list of any new lumps, changes in behavior, or questions about diet to ensure that they're addressed during the appointment. I kind of write them down because I worry about forgetting during the appointment, especially if you start, having a discussion. So bring in your list, any observations that you think are noteworthy or of concern, they're definitely worth addressing. Also, discuss with your veterinarian getting an abdominal ultrasound. Recently, I have 3 dogs, and the first in the annual cycle of examinations, my vet recommended my older dog. She's 9 years old, Callie. He recommended doing an abdominal ultrasound because he said anecdotally, but he has seen recently, over the last couple of years, and certainly even more recently than that, a greater occurrence of abdominal growths, so masses on the spleen, et cetera, et cetera. And oftentimes, if you catch those things early, they can be handled. So anyway, just ask your vet about it. It might be worth doing, especially in your older pets.
That's an important thing to put on our list.
It really is. I was kind of surprised when he mentioned that to me. I was so grateful that he did. And he said, I think we should probably do it for your other dogs as well as part of their annual exam. I actually had a corgi that we lost about 15 years ago, and we stumbled upon a baseball-sized growth on her spleen. We were actually doing an ultrasound looking for bladder stones because she had a kind of a recurring UTI, and they were doing the ultrasound looking for the bladder stones, and they saw this gigantic growth in her abdomen. So even if they don't have symptoms, sometimes these things can be brewing. So I'm really glad he brought it up and kind of made it top of mind. So anyway, another thing that you want to make sure in terms of physical health is make sure that your dog is getting the proper nutrition and exercise. A balanced breed appropriate diet and daily physical activities are really important to prevent obesity and related health issues. And that's something, of course, you can go through with your veterinarian as well. And, maybe do a little research on your own to, make sure that you're feeding, the best food for them, and you want to keep an eye on their weight. So it's very important. Another thing, so we have our physical health, and we also have our safety and security. So one of the really important items with safety and security is identification. So the necessity of up-to-date microchips and ID tags.
That is so important. I live in Florida. I live in hurricane. We've had numerous hurricanes that have been very devastating here. And we were actually heavily impacted by the last one. So, but years ago with Katrina, what came up was the name tags and also having ID, not only, and you're my number, you're my out-of-state number. You put your own number and, of course, one local backup number. And then it was encouraged to have an out-of-state number because all of the cell towers may be down and they need to contact someone. Someone's found your pet, and they'll contact the out-of-state contact because they can't get to you because you're, locally, because your cell towers are down. So I do that. I have it on all of my microchip information. So, and each time you move or, you always have to update it to make sure that all of you never think you're going to need it. And then when you least expect it, you need it. So it's precautionary to do. And having lived in this, and I mean, there's weather-related things going on all around the country. You know, it's not just me in Florida, but it's something that you want to do just as a precautionary measure, and it really doesn't take anything. It's just adding an extra number on the back of the tag and contacting your microchip, whoever has your microchip, and then updating them as to your contact information and an out-of-state contact information or someone not in your area.
Yeah, it's super important. Easy to forget, but again, it's kind of one of those things that's great that the awareness is being built because it's a really important thing. Another thing to think about in terms of safety and security is home safety. So, you know, pet-proof living spaces and ensure that the outdoor areas are secure. So just make sure that their space is safe. You know, make sure fences are in good condition and, you know, inside they can't get to things that are going to, you know, cause any harm. But again, it's just something maybe to keep an eye on a regular basis. Just kind of look around and make sure everything's safe.
And that's for outside too, because I think in previous shows, I talked about the fact that not by any choice of ours, but a neighbor had put some not pet poison, animal poison, you know, to get, they had rodents, and a rainstorm came and the pellets came into our yard. We didn't know it. And the girls had been in it. And it was a whole thing that we went through, but I learned a lesson. I check all the corners in my yard now. That's
really smart. That's really important. You never know.
You never know.
Yeah.
And thank goodness they were all okay, by the way, but still.
Yeah. Good that you checked. Another really important tenet of safety and security is the mental and emotional well-being of your pet. So, you know, enrichment. So animals need mental stimulation through puzzles, play, and one-on-one time in order to prevent boredom and anxiety. There's all kinds of fun puzzles you can order on Amazon. There's snuffle mats. There's, you know, all kinds of, you can do fun training. But it really does make for a much more enjoyable life for them if they have, you know, daily enrichment. Training classes are a lot of fun for you and your pups. I love taking training classes. We don't really do it to compete. I rarely compete, but I do it just for the bonding time, a lot of mental stimulation, and, you know, and you learn some fun things along the way. So there's all kinds of trick training, and we have something that's really become popular, I think, across the country. It's called Fit Dog Training, and you can actually get titles for going out on hikes with your dog. So they're kind of structured hikes through an AKC recognized group, but they're really, really fun. And they're just group walks with friends and like-minded people. It's a lot of fun. So anyway, just, you know, doing training classes and participating in activities like that are really, really fun and really important. Also, with positive reinforcement and training, make sure you engage in training methods that use rewards rather than punishment to build trust and a stronger bond. When I train my dogs, I use something called bark pouches. I have recently discovered these through a dog trainer, and they're filled with these yummy lickable treats. So they're these little pouches. I think they're like 50-gram pouches, and they just have the best. I think one of them is like sardines and ricotta. That's one of the flavors. And another one is turkey and chicken, and just the absolute most yummy thing that you only use when you train. So they see that come out and they're like, oh gosh, this is going to be really fun. Also, I use Origin freeze-dried treats. So those are extra, extra yummy too. So again, I only use those during training. So they know we're going to go out and get some treats and have some fun. And they get rewarded with these super special, yummy treats. They absolutely love them. Another really important thing too, under that mental and emotional well-being, is socialization. So exposing pets to different environments and people from a young age really helps them become well-adjusted adults. So, you know, take your puppies once they're fully vaccinated and young dogs to safe places like outdoor shopping centers and pet-friendly businesses. You know, usually Home Depot is a popular place to go, and I would always keep my dogs in the cart, but it was just really nice for them to get out, and you allow kind of pet savvy people to pet them and Usually it's a lot of fun for the dog, and also it really helps socialize them. So anyway, just kind of keep that in mind and make that a priority, especially when they're young. Another really important idea is the community and ethical responsibility that goes with being a responsible animal guardian. So, population control, spaying and neutering helps manage animal overpopulation, which is so important.
Amen.
Staying one female dog can prevent the birth of dozens of puppies over her lifetime. And then you look at those puppies, if they're not spayed and neutered, how many puppies that will bring into the world. And it gets kind of exponential. So spaying females is super important, as is neutering males. So unneutered males can sire hundreds of puppies over his lifetime if allowed to roam. And also neutering curbs roaming behavior. So just for their safety, there's some really significant statistic that a great proportion of animals that get into accidents with vehicles, if they're hit by cars, a lot of times they're unneutered males because they're out roaming. Yeah, it was interesting when I was looking at my research for this, I came upon that. So just a lot of real benefits to spaying and neutering. And again, it kind of goes along with their safety and health and well-being as well.
And if you're not sure where to go, just contact your local humane society, or there are community organizations that also do spay and neuter. So you could also always go to your veterinarian, but there are other organizations you could go to too that have medical facilities that can do them like at low cost.
Absolutely. We have a group here in San Diego. It's called the Spay and Neuter Action Project. It's SNAP, S-N-A-P. And they have these really large buses. They call them the neuter scooters. And I think they might have 3 of them now. And they go all over San Diego County, and they perform low-cost spay and neuters to folks who would like to get their animals neutered, because it can be a little bit expensive to do a spay or neuter. So like you said, maybe look around a little bit. If your veterinarian is a little bit expensive, there are other resources out there too. And your local humane society is always a good place to start, like you said. Another thing to think about in terms of community and ethical responsibility is, adopt, don't shop. Please consider adopting from shelters or rescues rather than supporting large-scale commercial breeders.
Absolutely. Rescue Mom here. We have a couple of rescues, a couple of shelter pets. And one thing to keep in mind, if you can't adopt, you can always foster too. They have programs with rescues, and especially with rescues, because it's all out of people's homes. And with the shelters, you can always, I think they have some foster programs that you could do. But it's important to keep in mind that as you adopt or rescue a dog out of, a shelter or a rescue, it makes room for another homeless animal to be able to go in. And that's why, it's so great to adopt, because another animal can come in off the streets and be taken in at the shelter, receive the appropriate medical care and the food, nutrition, and the same with a rescue. And also for fostering, when you foster, you allow for that space to be, it's opened up so that another homeless animal can go in. So it's kind of like you become a part of a really great circle. It's wonderful. So definitely adopting is, the pet adoptions it's a great fulfilling. Having done it for, over 25 years, it's wonderful.
It is.
And you're really paying it forward by creating that space so that another animal can come in.
Absolutely. Very well said. Another item too is environmental impact. So just make sure to pick up after your pet and be considerate of others in public places. You want to, you want the public to look upon pet owners, dog owners as responsible folks. And I think the more of us that engage in responsible behavior, pick up after their pets, don't leave waste in a neighbor's yard or anywhere for that matter. It's really, really important that we're good neighbors with our pets. Another item is the emergency preparedness. So it's important to have a plan and a go kit for your pets in case of disasters or personal emergencies. And I know you have a wonderful go kit. What's in your go kit?
You have been to my house, so you have seen. I have a go kit for the dogs. I have a go kit for us, and in it, of course, we have a first aid kit for the dogs. We have a first aid kit in ours for us. We have food, which I cycle out every year. I have a big watertight tote that I put food in, can opener, baggies, cleaner, the wipes. I have everything, a list of all their medications. So I make sure that I bring all their medications as it's coming, and I have everything filled. I have photos of them, photos of us with them. It's really important because unless you're in the middle of it, and of course, again, I'm in hurricane country, you really don't see the need. But once everything starts happening, you see and I have our pet disaster preparedness shows coming up next month, so we'll get more into it. But those are like the basics for the dogs. And I also have life jackets for each one of them, because if the flood waters come, because if you remember, they rose really, really high in a lot of neighborhoods right around us. The houses were literally destroyed, and you had to be rescued via boat. And I have life jackets for them. So they each have their own little life jacket. Well, you've seen their life jackets. They're hot pink and yellow. But it's just like something that you kind of evolve with. You know it's important, and you keep it in one spot. You saw my spot. I have a spot for the girls, and I have a spot for John and I. And it's just like so that you don't have to think. And then I also have portable crates for them as well. So we're like good to go, and extra harnesses, leashes. I have all their ID updated, of course. But those are the things that you don't think of in the midst of it. But in preparation for it, it's really important. Yeah. So thank you for bringing that up. You actually saw mine.
It's important. Yeah, and I think wherever you live in the United States, there's always something. So it's important. Where we are, we have wildfires in Southern California, and so you just never know.
Yeah, so, and you have your go kit.
We have a go kit.
We have a go kit.
We have a go kit. Very important. So Thank you for those tips. That's wonderful. Also, just kind of planning ahead. So when you're putting together your estate plan and your will and your trust and all that stuff, make sure to include information about their care in case of an emergency. So, if anything happens to you, just make sure that you have like a guardian appointed. And, that's super important because, again, you just never know. So to have it in writing, who should be contacted, et cetera, super important.
Yes, that's very, very important. Keep that in mind, everyone. And you know what? I think it's a good time now. Why don't we take a quick break? And when we return, Colleen will be sharing some fun ideas for celebrating Dog Mom's Day. So we'll be back in just a moment.
The Doggy Diva Diaries is proud to announce the Paw It Forward initiative in loving memory of Miss Olive. Each month, a portion of the proceeds from Miss Olive's trilogy of award-winning books will be donated to a selected animal welfare organization. The designated charity will be revealed at the end of each Doggy Diva Show episode. Miss Olive's legacy of kindness and love lives on in her books, which are about a lonely little rescue dog who spreads the message that it's not what you look like on the outside that matters. It's the love in your heart that counts. Her books are available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and other online booksellers. Help Miss Olive paw it forward and visit us at thedoggydiva.com for more information.
Molly, here's your dinner. Zeus, that's not your food.
Don't let that happen to your precious cat. Elevate your cat's eating experience with the Cat Tree Tray. The Cat Tree Tray keeps your cat's food off the floor and conveniently located on the cat tree. It's the perfect way to eat. It's a beautiful wrought iron tray that easily attaches to your cat tree and keeps dogs and other critters out of your cat's dish. A must for multi-pet households. There's a 6-inch tray for large bowls and a 4-inch tray for smaller bowls. Purchase your cat tree tray today. Go right now to cattreetray.com. That's cattreetray.com. CATTREETRAY.com.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Doggy Diva Show. We are here with Colleen Gray. And Colleen, this is one of our favorite days of the year, Dog Mom Day, and it's coming up on Saturday, May 9th. So can you share some fun and creative ideas for celebrating Dog Mom's Day? Like, what are you going to be doing?
Sure. So a couple of ideas. So, and I thought this was kind of fun. I've done this before. I'm not sure I'll be doing it this year, but take your pup on a picnic. Go to a pet-friendly park or beach and even enjoy a picnic in your own backyard. But just, hang out with them, bring them a little something to enjoy, to eat, and just kind of make it really fun. So, kind of do a picnic date with them. Another thing is maybe make some homemade dog treats for them. There are lots of yummy recipes online that you can find, really healthy dog treat recipes. They will love them. And then another thought is to take your pup on a date, maybe to a dog-friendly restaurant, coffee
I
shop,
love that.
or brewery. I see we have so many dog-friendly restaurants and eateries around
So
here.
do we. Yes, I love it.
Isn't that fun?
Mm-hmm.
So, either go there on your own with your pup, with a friend, maybe another dog mom friend, and have them bring their dog and kind of enjoy as a group. But yeah, that's kind of a fun thing to do. And then what we'll be doing this year on Dog Mom's Day is we have this wonderful lake that we haven't been to in a while. Life just gets hectic, and we kind of have our main go-to places. So we haven't been to this lake for a while, and they have wonderful trails, wonderful things for them to sniff. And it's just a really beautiful place. So we're just going to have a nice, simple, beautiful walk around this lake, and I'll take all 3 of the pups, and it's just going to be a really quiet, special time. I can do a nice big loop. There are 3 different lengths of the trail. So you can do the shorter one that's like 3/4 of a mile, and then you can add a little bit more distance, and it goes about 1.5 miles, and then you can do the big loop, and it's about 2 miles. So we'll probably venture out to the 2-mile walk. Just need to get out there early before it gets warm, but we love doing that, and I haven't been to the lake in a long time. So what will you be doing?
Well, this is what we have planned. We are going to be taking the girls to their favorite dog bakery. You've been there a few times with me when you came to visit. It is so cute. It's like a cute little dog bakery with all these goodies, and they have them out on these really cute tables. The store's decorated so cute. So they'll go in and get their favorite treat, and then they will take their dog mom in that same little area, about 2 buildings down. There's my favorite little coffee shop, and they will take me there for my favorite coffee, and I will have like a little sweet treat for myself. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to have like a fun little morning, and they get something, I get something. We'll have to wait till Happy Father's Day to give John something, but yeah, it's all about dog moms.
Oh, I love it. That'll be so fun. The girls will love it.
They will. They love that place there. And they're so nice there and so great. Oh, I love it. So, in Dog Mom's Day is Saturday, May 9th. And of course, Mother's Day is the 10th. So I want to be sure to wish you a happy Dog Mom's Day, and all of the listeners out there a happy Dog Mom's Day. And I want to also thank you, because, you brought us a lot of great information. You shared so much valuable information for Animal Guardianship Month, and you gave us some great and fun ideas for Dog Mom Day. I have to thank you for that. It was a great, it was fun, informative, and it ended up being a really fun show for sharing all of that stuff with us.
Thank you. Thank you. I love it.
Well, and I wanted to let you know that in memory of Miss Olive, we have the Pod Forward program. And this month, we are going to be making a donation to an organization that I know is very near and dear to your heart. I know you just did a walk for them, the San Diego Humane Society. So we're doing that, and in your name and in memory of Miss Olive. And could you just tell the listeners a little bit about the San Diego Humane Society?
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for your generous donation. San Diego Humane Society is a wonderful, wonderful organization, and we participate in their walk every year, and I have for years and years and years. I absolutely love it. And just a really big proponent of theirs and the work they do. So just this year in 2026, they will help about 40,000 homeless pets and wildlife in need. They'll be given safe shelter and a second chance because of this group. Also, thousands of orphan kittens will receive around-the-clock care through the kitten and foster programs. Their humane law enforcement officers will respond to nearly 19,000 animals in need.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's amazing. And then more than 2 million pet meals will be distributed to families facing challenging times, helping them keep their beloved animals in their homes. So, there's just a lot of need right now. And San Diego Humane Society, for years, for decades, has really stepped up and helped the community, but their work is even more crucial now than ever.
Can you share some contact information if the listeners would like to know how they could help?
Yes, they have a wonderful website. Their website address, it's sdhumane.org. So it's SD like San Diego, sdhumane.org. And there's all kinds of wonderful information on the work that they do, events that they have coming up, the programs that they have, adoptions, volunteer opportunities. So it's a very vibrant community. And, that's in our area, but I'm sure in your areas, for everybody who's listening, check out your local Humane Society, because they're really crucial to our communities.
Yes.
And protectors of animal welfare. So it's important to support them however we can.
They do amazing work.
Yeah.
It's wonderful what they all do. So, well, again, Colleen, thank you for sharing such valuable information about Responsible Animal Guardian Month. And of course, I'm going to wish you a happy Dog Mom Day.
Happy Dog Mom Day to you, too.
Okay, happy Dog Mom Day, everyone. We'll be back in just a moment.
Begging to hear more of your favorite show? Full episodes of all our shows are available on demand. Go to PetLifeRadio.com to fetch our entire lineup of Possum Pet podcasts. Also, dig us up in iHeartRadio and iTunes. Let's talk pets. Live and on demand, only from Pet Life Radio.
We would like to thank our guests this week. And also, as our Doggy Divas always say, please love your pets because they love you unconditionally. And please remember to adopt, foster, spay, neuter, and microchip. And as always, please have a great Diva week, everyone.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of the Doggy Diva Show. To find out more about Susan Marie and the Doggy Divas, visit them at their website, thedoggydiva.com, and on Facebook at The Doggy Diva Show. Tell your fellow pet parents about it. We look forward to having you join us again for the next episode. See you soon.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.